Have you ever noticed something? The new wave of European Arthouse films is now winning Oscars, thanks not least to the success of studios like A24 or Neon. It's great to see auteur cinema finally giving Hollywood studio films some real competition. And a lot of these Arthouse films are visually stunning and have more exciting themes in compared to movies from Hollywood. Beautiful compositions, interesting characters, silence, atmosphere, psychological tension, and yet so many of them feel empty. There's actually no plot. Have you ever seen movies like The Lighthouse? Where is the plot? Or Ex Machina? Okay, there is a main topic, but plot? Not really. What is with those Lanthimos movies? Yes, great loglines, great topics, interesting characters, but real plot? Not really. Why? Because many arthouse filmmakers focus on character observation instead of plot-driven storytelling. Stay tuned. Character-driven cinema asks, who is this person? Plot-driven cinema asks, what happens next? And that difference changes everything, because observation creates contemplation, but action creates consequence, and consequence creates transformation. In many character-driven films, the story unfolds through dialogue, or behavior, or mood. We watch people exist. Very often a transformation never happens because there is no plot to drive it forward. Many of these films start off dark and end dark as well, like Killing of a Sacred Deer or many more. We just observe. And if we emotionally identify with the character, it works. If not, it becomes boring, because the film asks us to bring our own meaning. Plot-driven cinema works differently. It generates curiosity. Something happens, which causes something else, which forces a decision, which reveals character. That's the key. In plot-driven cinema, character is not explained. Character is exposed under pressure, because a character reveals through his actions. Pressure doesn't reduce character, pressure reveals it. That's why plot can generate psychology. Plot-driven cinema includes character. Character-driven cinema does not always include plot. Action shapes character. Observation alone may not shape plot. And there's the misunderstanding. If you check out other videos here in YouTube about plot versus character-driven cinema, people often think plot-driven films are somehow less deep. That plot is commercial. Psychology belongs to slow cinema. I completely disagree. Look for example at Amores Perez, Parasite, Memento, Blue Velvet, Fargo. These are deeply psychological films, but they move through plot. They are plot-driven. Characters are shaped through the plot. One event triggers the next, and through that chain reaction, character emerges. It's also often said that in plot-driven cinema, the characters are flat. Nonsense. It actually allows for much deeper character development than in character-driven cinema, since genuine transformation is possible. Take a look at examples like Irreversible, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, or Breaking Bad and Twin Peaks as serious examples. Now compare that to many character-driven films. There are some really successful ones, because a lot of people can identify with this observation. Nomadland, what's happening? Still don't know. The Killing of a Sacred Deer, I mentioned it. Atmosphere, yes. Story, no. It's anti-cinema. Under the Skin. Here we follow the character, but what does she want? What is her force? Past lives. This one is character-driven because the central question is not what will happen, but how do these people feel about what never happened? The film moves through emotional reflection and conversation rather than escalating external events that force irreversible transformation. Many people like it because they see themselves in these characters. But those who not, oh boy. Anatomy of a Fall, so successful. Hey, they talk about the case. They talk about it. And talk about it. But plot? No. Obviously not. There are too many other examples. They stop at observation. They create mood without movement. Questions without consequence. The zone of interest is another one. Topic, background. Yes, plot, no. Simply no transformation. And for me, that's where cinema dies. My own films are plot-driven, of course, because I believe transformation needs force. Internal repression creates external events. Those events create pressure. Pressure creates revelation. Revelation creates transformation. That's the engine. That's why I call it myth noir. Myth because plot becomes parable. Noir because the way forward leads through shadow. To what light? For me, cinema isn't watching a character think. It's about forcing them to become someone else. That's story. And here in this video I show how I made my first feature film without crew and budget. Plot driven. And in this one, my second, with a small crew and some more budget. If you like my color grading, check out Dehancer, such a great plugin for all editing software, especially if you like vintage film looks. Here's a discount code. The 10% goes on me. I also offer this ebook, How I Shot an Award-Winning Feature Film Without Crew and Budget, link in bio. If you love plot-driven Arthouse cinema, psychological storytelling and transformation through action, subscribe please. All the best and see you soon.